Hello and welcome to the trade setup. In this video we are looking at Ocugen. It is time for an update, and on this chart we have quite an aggressive downtrend on the large time frame, and we are tracking it as a 1, 2, 3, 4th and the 5th wave that is possible to still develop to the downside in this area. Now within this wave 5 we would need to expect an ABC pattern to develop, or an ABC pattern where the A wave could still develop as a 5-wave move, right? That is why we are tracking this resistance area for a possible leading diagonal in a wave A of the larger 5th wave to the downside. And in this case, if we manage to break above the 61.8% retracement, it would be a first good sign that we may have bottomed, but there would still be a risk of an A, B, C pattern to develop still to the downside in this case. And internally, within this movement to the upside, this structure, I am tracking a possible ABC pattern that is expected, especially in the case of leading diagonal. We pretty much need it to be an ABC pattern to the upside. And in this case, within this wave C, we have been tracking a possible count that would allow completion here within the wave C, but also if it manages to push higher within an internal wave 3 especially, we may be able to track it as a possible 1, 2, 3 movement to the upside. And in that case, we may be able to create a more significant uptrend that would even break the case of another new all-time low. But for that, we actually need to get ahead with building this structure, which, as I was mentioning, even if we get this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it could just be a wave C, it could just be a large wave 4 correction, and we could end up going lower still, especially since the ideal target for the wave C in this case is the 100% extension. It is still very much within the resistance area that we have here for this wave 4 in the leading diagonal structure. And in the previous video we were considering this as an initial wave 1. Now this could develop in a number of different ways. It doesn't need to be exactly like this, but then we could have here a wave 2 and then here a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And in the previous video I provided you this idea that we could have topped here in a wave 3. We were looking for a wave 4 correction, and we had already reached the ideal target for such a wave 4. And we were looking for a 5th wave, but we were also exploring the possibility of extension within this wave 4. Now, we didn't necessarily get it, and we may have managed to build the 5th wave to the upside, but I'm actually still open to tracking continuation in this idea, in the fact that we maybe just got an extension within this larger wave 3, and we can now just reset our support zone for a correction in a wave 4 and still track possible direct continuation to the upside in this 5th wave. And not much else is worth looking out for at the moment. If we actually break the 50% retracement here, we are probably going to fail this entire structure. I don't really see, unless I could allow it to go a little bit lower, maybe to this level, maybe even as low as the $1.3 level, but the main area of support is between the $1.6 level all the way down to the $1.4 level for direct continuation to the upside in this wave 5. Now, based on the internal structure within this wave 4, I have to say this does have enough waves as it is. It doesn't need to make an additional low in this area, but it is still something to watch out for, especially since the structure that we have built to the upside in this area is only in 3 waves. And if we check the resistance area for direct continuation to the downside, we see that once again, as we have reached the top of the resistance area and we pushed lower, as we have on the larger time frame with this larger wave 4. If you remember, we got to the top of the resistance area a couple of times actually, but we failed, and this is the result. But regardless of that, right now we are looking here on the micro time frame, and if I were to expect direct continuation to the downside, if I were to look for an extension within this wave 4, I would be looking for an ideal target for something like an ABC structure at the 100% extension, the $1.45 level, At that point, we are also around the 38.2% retracement, and it is also very much in confluence with this area of structural support. And I believe it is best if we leave this on the chart for now. But yeah, ideally we get another low so we can get another chance of a more clear structure to the upside, hopefully even in an impulse. And yeah, in that case we may get a small one to set up to look forward to for a follow-up wave 3 afterwards that honestly could have quite significant potential. Yeah, and we would expect still a new local high afterwards. And for now, these are the levels, this is the trade setup. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe and let me know what else you want me to cover, and I'll do my best to do that in the days and weeks ahead. And until then, I hope you have a nice day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.